Have to keep this Dragonite alive. So we give him a shield, we give him as much healing as possible. And look, our Dragonite is still alive. Like, look at him, he's still alive. Look at that. Without the healing, he's dead, man. Without the healing, he is dead. I think we rip here. Okay, so today's all about Eldegoss. Honestly, Eldegoss battle item, you either go X speed or you go slow smoke. I personally like X speed, but I know a lot of people do like the slow smoke. Now, this is the emblem set I use. I'm not huge on emblems. You know, I've named it just for the purpose of this video. If you guys enjoy that, then whatever, let me know. I like 6 green for that special attack boost, and 6 white, and I've got some red in there. I feel like I maybe could be able to slip 3. Oh, what in the... I thought that was red-white on that Ho-Oh. Okay, that's a mistake. If there was another red-white, like Moltres. Oh, that's a emblem set. This goes to show that emblems don't even matter. Like, I was thinking I was playing this optimally and still getting good wins and, like, good stats and everything. So, emblems literally don't matter. Like, oh my god. Okay. And the battle item is, I think this is completely non-negotiable. You go with an EXP share, a buddy barrier, and a muscle band. I don't even know if the 3 red emblems even make a difference there. That's the set I go for, and let's talk over the skills. Okay, so when you play Eldegoss, you start out with Leafage and Synthesis. Right, you want to pick Leafage first, because what this move will do is it does some damage and it slows them down. It's a bit of AoE, like see how it hits the 2 of them, so it's a nice little skill there, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to hit level 3, you're going to get Synthesis, and Synthesis, see how if I hold it, it's like an AoE, it's got about, you know, it's a little smaller than the basic attack range, and I think in that area heals, right? So it's a bit of AoE healing, right? So you get that, and then as soon as you hit level 4, you've got Pollen Puff or Leaf Tornado. Honestly, I think you should pick Pollen Puff. I think Leaf Tornado is a little bit too niche for the solo queue, right? Now, Pollen Puff's a good skill, right? So this is probably the skill that you're going to use all the time. So you can aim it, right? It's good AoE, and you can use it on the move, and you hit it, and it's like bang. And see how it creates that area, right? That'll do damage to the enemies. And then it'll also... This is the cool part about it, right? I'll let these monkeys hit me a little bit. My health has gone a little bit, right? If I, you know, and you pop the Pollen Puff on, see if I go near, I actually heal as well. So you can use this move on the enemy and on a teammate as well, which you'll see in some gameplay. I can hit this on myself, right? Bang, see it's on me, and I'll heal, right? And what I can also do is I can hit it on myself and then go near an enemy, and it'll do a bit of damage to them, right? So this is a really good move, right? It's got self-benefit and it'll inflict some damage on the enemy, which is really, really good. It's such an underrated move, right? And it's skill cap as well, because you're aiming this move, right? You've got to be able to hit your teammates. You've got to be able to hit the enemy. You've got to be able to like know when to run away and escape and land it on yourself. So really, really cool skill. Then here, level 6. This second skill is completely dependent on the team you're versing. Cotton Guard will give you some extra shield, right? See, it's a big AoE, and anybody in that AoE will be given a shield, right? So see, bang, you can see that extra shield. And then at the end of that shield, you will heal a certain percentage of it, okay? Whereas, let's reset the level there, and then we'll go level up, whatever I'm at, 7, cool, right? And so we'll get Pollen Puff, and now Cotton Spore is your other skill. You pick this skill if you want to do some more damage to the enemy, right? So what you can do to engage on the enemy is, because this is AoE, right? See how if I use the skill, I channel up, and then bang, it does some damage on them, right? So what you can do is, you can launch off a Pollen Puff, and then you hit the, you know, the, what do you call it, the Cotton Spore, and then while the Cotton Spore is charging off, so you've got the Pollen Puff, see how that takes a while to go off? And then you've also got the Cotton Spore that takes a while to go off, right? What you can do is, you can use them both at the same time. Again, this is a bit of a skill cap. So you go Pollen Puff, bang, Cotton Spore, bang, and you get to the enemy, and you've got a lot of healing and a lot of damage going off onto the enemy. It also does quite a bit of CC. Now, Cotton Spore doesn't really do anything for your team, right? So don't be an Eldegoss that runs over to your teammate like this. It's like, that's not doing anything. Okay, you're just channeling up for AoE damage. If you want to be helpful, hit your Pollen Puff, and anybody within that little AoE, see where it makes an initial, like, you know, puff, right? Anybody in that AoE gets a healing, which is really, really cool. The last thing is his Unite move, right? The Unite move is amazing. Let's turn some cooldowns off. You use your Unite move, you go up, right? You float over the top of everything, it's cool, you're invincible, and you pop down, and you do some big chunky damage, right? The value of this is you go up, and you can do damage to enemy, but the big one is that area that you drop. See here, you drop on an area, like if I'm dropping here, bang, and it creates that AoE. Everything of your team will heal in that AoE, which is really, really good. So not only that, you want to use this Unite move, it's not for you, right? It's for your team. So you want to be able to use the Unite move, float over. You're not doing it to like pick up a KO. See, it's like only doing like 1,000 damage at level 9. You're not doing that to kill stuff. You're doing this to keep your team alive, right? The healing is ridiculous, and you're going to see it in game. The healing's ridiculous. And then you'll also reduce the cooldown, and you'll give your teammate a buddy barrier as well, which is really, really nice. So let's hit this in a game. So we queue in, we see what we need to use. It looks like I'm in a decent quality lobby. And for this particular video, we're using Eldegoss, right? And you'll find that Eldegoss is like typically the correct pick in a lot of lobbies. So I'm going to be taking this character to the top lane with the Mako, who's on the Lapras. Lapras just got a nerf, anyway. Which is good. Okay, so I think this team comp works well. And Eldegoss is honestly going to fit well in pretty much any team comp, right? Great healing, great shielding. I don't think this team needs any more damage, so I'm probably going to go Cotton Guard over Cotton Spore, right? That's his second skill. Yeah, you play with your team comp, right? But we're going to talk through 5 tips throughout this gameplay. So my first tip is using the XP share and understand your healing value early. My second tip is go Pollen Puff for your first skill. Leaf Tornado is a little too niche for solo queue. My third tip is the second skill is variable. Pick it depending on the team comp that you are versing / you have. I think Cotton Guard is better this game. It's going to help against that Glaceon damage, that Leafeon damage, and also I just don't think the extra damage is needed. Tip number 4 is you use that Unite move to help keep your carry units alive. So you're going to notice this game I'm going to be using, and again I'm talking live here, right? But this one, I already tell you, this one I'm going to do is I'm going to use that Unite move to keep my teammates alive, right? I'm not going to be using it to do damage. And my 5th tip is you are the experienced shareholder. You stick with the team, right? So it's really tough early when you've got your teammate wanting to go off to stack. You just do what you can, right? The fact that, and I didn't even think he was stacking. He might be stacking. That's fine. You just secure whatever you can, right? Obviously, this is almost impossible for me, which is, that's not a problem at all. I'm just A pressing, right? I'm doing some A pressing to try and force them out. And hopefully my teammate, is fine. So he's not fine. And there's honestly, there's nothing I can do there, right? Their jungler comes up, my laner overcommits. I didn't really think there was a good reason to overcommit either, but that's fine. Because my junglers come up and done an absolutely amazing job. And their jungler's done really well there. Now, we're going to get caught overcommitting here. My Lapras dies again. This is tough because this is a good quality lobby. These guys know what they're doing, the people I'm versing, clearly. Look at how well they're playing. This is almost like a semi-competitive lobby. They're trying to get me to overcommit here, which I won't be doing. But yeah, they're punishing my teammates quite a bit here. Which is fine, maybe he's used to queuing in for people who aren't so good, right? But you can see this value early, right? I've got the Pollen Puff healing, I've got the Synthesis healing. So early game, if your teammate's recognizes that he's laning with an Eldegoss, he'll stay with you because he wants to stay alive, right? And so this guy here realizes it's gonna be really hard for people to do any damage to him because he's with an Eldegoss. And, oop, I've missed there. So I've missed my skill on him. That's really bad. Get that Cotton Guard going. Let him run away. Okay, that's good. That's good. So now I use this Cotton Guard on myself here to get some healing. Not the Cotton Guard, the Pollen Puff. And again. I think we definitely head bottom here. That's where I'll be going anyway. Okay, so again, tip number 2, you go Pollen Puff, the healing is amazing. Tip number 3 is the second skill is depending. I've gone Cotton Card there, right? So there's 3. Now, look at the value of all those shields. We're going to get a lot of value here. Right, 30, 30, 30, that's really good. Hopefully this guy doesn't put his 19 in. He tried to, but he wasn't able to get it in, which is good. And then we get the AoE healing, and we've got a lot of burst damage there. Not really sure where their team is, to be honest. Okay, but that's fine. And then so tip number 5, right? Avoiding tip number 4 just for time being, is that you're sticking with your team, right? You're sticking with your team. You have an experience share, right? Okay, so we want to get some value here by sticking with the team, right? I probably shouldn't have helped that guy score. I just thought because he didn't get his score in, he might have tilted or something. Okay, so this could be a little tricky here. Are they going to push? They're looking to push. This Buzzwell's incredible. I'm just going to point that out. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Okay, that's good. Now I've got the Unite move, right? So again, tip number 4 and tip number 5 is pretty much for the remainder of the game. You have an experience share, you play with the team, you heal the team, you help the team. Whatever they do, you do, right? You're supporting them. Whether their decisions are dumb, whether they're smart, right? If they're making dumb decisions and you go off by yourself, you can't really do much there. Whoop. So I'm going to have to support this guy. Oh my goodness. I was late on that decision. And I was hesitant, right? I didn't really want to go in that deep with him. I wanted to retreat. And now it's not looking so great for me. So I heal myself or shield myself a little bit. And stick with the team as much as possible. Give everyone a shield. It's good. Try and heal everyone a little bit. So if we stick with the team, we're going to get value. Our Lapras doesn't understand how Pollen Puff works, it's fine. Right, I'm gonna have to support this guy. No, I'm not a fan. No, I can't. That's just death. Oh my goodness. I knew it. Like, I just don't think any amount of support there was gonna win that. I think that was always a bad idea. Should just retreated. Like, in those situations where it's kind of split, you just use your best judgment. Okay. So now this is a good opportunity to, you're not looking to take the buff, right? You're not looking to take any farm off, well, especially not the buff, right? But you want to help him farm, and you want to get this passive experience standing near him, right? So this stuff, it doesn't matter if I take this, right? Because he's going to get that experience anyway because we're standing pretty much right next to each other. Well, that's not where I wanted to go. I didn't aim that skill. And now everyone's dead. I'll just keep moving. What the fuck? This is a hard game, by the way. I want everyone to realize this is a pretty, like, this is pretty up there. It's like a good quality lobby. So again, I'm going to start on this and hopefully a teammate comes here to take it. Have to keep this Dragonite alive. So we give him a shield, we give him as much healing as possible. And look, our Dragonite is still alive. Like, look at him, he's still alive. Look at that. Without the healing, he's dead, man. Without the healing, he is dead. I think we rip here. I absolutely think I think we're crazy not ripping this. There's 3 dead. It's the carry units who are dead. It's like it's a... Oh my gosh, I think we're throwing here by waiting. Anyway. We got lucky. There's no skill on that. There's literally no skill on that win in the end. We won that initiation, and again, this is good quality lobby, right? When you kill 3 people, you have to take advantage. You just rip. You force them in, right? You 5v2. If you start ripping the objective, they have to come there. When it's on like 30% health, you stop ripping the objective and kill them. We kind of just stood around and did nothing. We didn't force them to do anything, so we got lucky to win there. Got lucky to win there. You can see the value of Eldegoss, right? Really, really strong Pokemon.